तो स्टूडेंट्स आज हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं मेटल्स एंड नॉन मेटल्स। ये क्लास 10 का इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है। इसमें हम डिस्कस करेंगे बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन, मेटल्स क्या होते हैं एंड नॉन मेटल्स क्या होते हैं। फिर हम उनकी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज़ पढ़ेंगे, उनको केमिकल ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज़ हम डिस्टिंग्विश करेंगे। तो लेट अस स्टार्ट आवर टॉपिक। मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, व्हाट आर मेटल्स। Now these metals are they are electropositive elements. They are electropositive elements. The first condition is they should be electropositive. They are electropositive elements. They are electronic conductors. Electropositive elements. They are electronic conductors. Means they are good conductors because of flow of electrons. Now what is electropositive elements? Metals are electropositive elements. They are electronic conductors. By electronic conductors means they are good conductors of electricity, but because that conduction is because of flow of electrons. Now what do we mean by electropositive elements? Now electropositive means those elements those elements which have tendency to lose the electron, tendency to lose electron, those elements which have tendency to lose electron, which readily lose electron, they are called electropositive elements. Now how an element can lose electron? For that we should have a concept of ionization energy. Ionization energy is the amount of energy given. It's the amount of energy given to an isolated amount of energy given to isolated gaseous atom to form gaseous ion with the release of electrons. For example, we have sodium in gaseous form. If we give energy to it called ionization energy, ionization takes place, loss of electron takes place, electron comes on the surface, it forms Na plus ion, plus it gives electron. Now whenever an electron is released, a positively charged species is formed. Now how positively charged species is formed? See, if we have a sodium has atomic number 11, means it has 11 protons. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. An atom is electrically neutral, therefore there should be 11 electrons. Now what we are going to do, we are applying ionization energy to it. By supplying ionization energy, what happens? An electron is lost. For example, this electron is lost. After losing electron, what happens? This charge is balanced, this is balanced, these are balanced charges. What remains over there, वहाँ पे क्या रहता है? पॉजिटिव चार्ज. देखो जब भी कहीं इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस होता है तो एटम पे, आयन पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आती है, तो आयन पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज क्रिएट होती है. जब भी कोई एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस करता है तो उसको हम कहते हैं इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एटम, तो उसको हम कहते हैं इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट. अगर कोई एलिमेंट इलेक्ट्रॉन इजीली लॉस करता है तो उसको कहते हैं इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट. ना हमारे पास में पीरियोडिक टेबल में बहुत सारे एलिमेंट्स हैं. हमने पीरियोडिसिटी में इनको ग्रुप्स में डिवाइड किया है. हमारे पास में ग्रुप फर्स्ट एलिमेंट्स है, ग्रुप सेकंड एलिमेंट्स है. ग्रुप फर्स्ट एलिमेंट्स दैट्स लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबिडियम, सीजियम, फ्रांशियम. Francium is a radioactive element. Group second elements magnesium, barium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. These are group first and group second elements. We have called these elements that these are S block elements. These S block elements, they are metallic in nature. They are metals. S block elements are metals. Why they are metals? Because they easily tend to lose electrons. Because they are highly electropositive. By highly electropositive character, I mean that they easily lose electron, and it is this electron which is lost, which is easily available, which is responsible for the flow of electronic conduction. We will discuss that electronic conduction. separately. First we are discussing only introduction about metals. Now these are highly electropositive, they easily lose electrons. Now why do they lose electrons? To achieve stability. They lose electron to achieve stability. To achieve stability. There are different rules of stability for a compound to be achieved. Means we have octet rule, we have rule of duplet. To achieve rule of duplet or octet rule. Rule of duplet or octet rule. They achieve rule of duplet or octet rule. By rule of duplet I mean that hydrogen has one electron. If it gains one electron, if it gains one electron, then there will be two electrons in hydrogen molecule. These electrons are shared. Two electrons belong to this hydrogen atom and these two also belong to this hydrogen atom. In this case, hydrogen has not lost electron. That's why hydrogen is not a metal. Similarly, if we consider lithium, lithium has three valence electrons. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. If lithium loses this one electron, how many remains there? 2. Means rule of duplet is achieved by losing an electron. Since electron is lost, therefore it's electropositive element. Since it is an electropositive element, therefore it's a metal. See, let us take the case of magnesium. Magnesium has 12 atomic number. First shell contains 2, second shell contains 8 and the last shell contains 2 electrons. Now if this magnesium loses these 2 electrons, but how many electrons remains in the valence shell? 8 electrons. That is rule of octet. Rule of octet is followed. That means it achieves stability by losing these 2 electrons. Since magnesium loses 2 electrons, after losing these 2 electrons, what happens? Magnesium becomes Mg2+. Likewise, if an element has the tendency to lose electron, it's an electropositive element. If it's an electropositive element, it's metallic in nature. Now depending upon which elements are more metallic in nature and which are less metallic in nature will correlate the relationship between their metallic character. Now we have also D block elements. We have also considered P block elements of the periodic table. These are P block elements. Group 13th, group 14th, group 15th, group 16th, group 17th, group 18th. आपको याद होगा मैंने आपको ट्रिक्स सिखाई है how to remember this periodic table. Now this is budget, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. Now this is carbon family, कौन, C, गीता, से, प्यार, है. Now this is group 15th element is New Zealand, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, New Zealand, Pakistan, Australia, सब बीमार. Bismuth, antimony, bismuth. This is oxygen family. O, acetyl, Se, तेल, polish. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. O, acetyl, Se, तेल, polish. And this is group 17th. फिर कॉल करने बाहर आई आंटी. And this is group 18th elements. We know it. It is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. These are elements of group P block. These are P block elements. Now what about P block elements? Are they usually metallic? I am using the term usually. Are they usually metallic or non-metallic? Let us see fluorine. Fluorine has atomic number 9. First shell contains 2 electrons and the last shell contains 7 electrons. In order to become stable, to achieve rule of octet, it has to gain 1 electron. If it gains 1 electron, that means it's electronegative element. Electronegativity is opposite of electropositivity. Electronegative element. That means it has not tendency to lose electrons. It has tendency to gain electron. Once it gains electron, its configuration becomes 7 plus 1, that is 8. Valence shell contains octet rule. That's why fluorine is not a metal, it's a non-metal. It's a non-metal. Now consider the case of oxygen. Oxygen, we have 2 electrons and 6 electrons in the outermost shell. It cannot lose all the 6 electrons. It can gain these 6 electrons because losing an electron requires energy. Gaining an electron requires energy. It can gain 2 electrons. It will form 8. We will have 8 electrons in its valence shell. Therefore, oxygen can form di-negative ion, O2 negative ion. its oxidation state will be 2 when it loses 2 electrons. Therefore, it has a tendency to to gain electron. It has a tendency to gain electron. It is not a metal, it is a non-metal. Means we have come to the conclusion that substances which have tendency to lose electron are metals, and substances which have tendency to gain electron are non-metals. Let us just take the case of nitrogen atom. Let us take the case of nitrogen atom. Atomic number 7, first shell 2, second shell 5. It can gain 3 electrons. Gaining an electron is electronegative character. Electronegative character is non-metallic character. Therefore, it is a non-metal. Means all those elements which gain 1, which gain 2, which gain 3 electrons. All these elements, they gain 1, 2, 3 electrons. They are non-metals, and all those elements which lose 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electrons, they are non-metals. They are metals. Now we come to the conclusion that metals are the substances, elements which have tendency to lose 1 electron, 2 electron or 3 electrons. For example, lithium, sodium, first group elements. For example, second group elements, magnesium, calcium. For example, group 13th elements, boron, aluminium. These are metals. And non-metals are the elements which have tendency to gain electrons. For example, group 17th elements, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. For example, we have oxygen family, oxygen, sulfur. For example, we have nitrogen family, nitrogen, phosphorus. I have not mentioned over here these elements. Let bismuth, there is some reason. I will discuss that in the coming lectures. Now what about this group 14th elements? Now group 14th elements, we have carbon. It has atomic number 6. Its first shell contains 2, second shell contains 4. Since it requires 4 electrons, if I will give 4 electrons to it, it will achieve octet rule. Or if I will lose 4 electrons from it, it will have rule of duplet. Therefore, it will become stable if it gains 4 electrons or it loses 4 electrons. But gaining 4 electrons or losing 4 electrons is a difficult task. It requires tremendous amount of energy. Therefore, what carbon does, it usually shares electrons. It forms covalent compounds. We will discuss carbon separately in carbon and its compounds. Now, this is the brief discussion about metals and non-metals. We have come to the conclusion that metals are the substances which are electropositive elements, and non-metals are the substances which are electronegative elements. Metals are usually lying on the left side of the periodic table, and non-metals usually on the right side of the periodic table. Now there is one question, we will write it: metals and non-metals. Metals are substances which are electropositive. Electropositive means which have tendency to lose electron. Tendency to lose electron means elements on the left of periodic table. Elements, or I will write S block elements. S block elements and D block elements. D block elements. By D block elements I mean this is 3D series. We have scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. These are elements of 3D series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are elements of 3D series, atomic number 21 to atomic number 30. These are all metals. They are also metals. S block and D block elements, they are mostly metals. They are usually metals. And non-metals on the other hand, non-metals are the elements which have tendency to gain electron. Electronegative elements. Gain electron. Electronegative elements. Electronegative elements. Elements, mostly elements of P block. Mostly, I use the term mostly, not all elements, mostly. Elements of P block. Now which among P block or not, we will discuss them separately. Now this is brief introduction about elements. Now there is one important conclusion. Now S block elements and D block elements are metals. S block elements means sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, lithium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. These are S block elements. and these are D block elements. Now these are also metals, these are also metals. Now which among them is more metallic? Are D block elements more metallic than S block? Are S block elements more metallic than D block elements? Now general trend is S block elements, these elements, they are more metallic, than D block elements, Now हमारे पास में क्या है, सोडियम ज़्यादा मेटालिक है देन आयरन. Similarly, magnesium ज़्यादा metallic है than any of these D block elements, for example chromium. Now what is the reason behind it? Why alkali metals, why alkaline earth metals, why group first and group second elements are more metallic than those of D block elements? Now see, हमारे पास में जो भी ग्रुप फर्स्ट एंड ग्रुप सेकंड एलिमेंट्स है उनमें सिर्फ मेटालिक बॉन्ड होता है. सोडियम 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 सोडियम, देयर इज ओनली मेटालिक बॉन्ड, दिस इज मेटालिक बॉन्ड, इनमें सिर्फ मेटालिक बॉन्ड होता है. और हमारे पास में जो भी डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट है आयरन, इसमें एक तो आयरन आयरन के बीच में मेटालिक बॉन्ड होता है और इसमें कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स भी होते हैं, मेटालिक बॉन्ड्स एंड कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स. तो जब भी हमें यहाँ बॉन्ड ब्रेक करना है, हमें सिर्फ मेटालिक बॉन्ड ब्रेक करना है, यहाँ हमें एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी चाहिए बोथ मेटालिक बॉन्ड एंड कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड को ब्रेक करना है. तो यहाँ से इजीली इलेक्ट्रॉन निकल जाएगा कंपेयर टू हियर. That's why these are more electropositive, more metallic compared to those of D block elements. Now why S block elements are more metallic than D block elements? The reason is quite clear. Since in D block elements they also contain metal bond, they contain metal bonds, and plus in addition to that they contain covalent bonds. But S block elements only does contain metal bonds. Since there is only one type of bond that is to be broken and there are two other types of bonds that are to be broken, it's easy to break bond over here compared to here. It is easy to remove electron over here compared to here. That's why these are more metallic compared to this. Now this was brief introduction about metals and non-metals. In the next lecture we will discuss different properties of metals and non-metals. We will not discuss here physical properties. I will discuss certain 2-3 physical properties only. Our main focus will be on chemical properties, because you all know metals are malleable, they are tactile, they are sonorous. We are knowing it from our childhood. Therefore we will discuss chemical properties in the next lecture. Thanks for watching this video.